Okay, my name is Novita Christina Marpaung. My academic number is 17120069. And my group is Group H. Today, I will explain about my proposal. The title of the research proposal is An Analysis of Deixis in Barack Obama's Speech at New Hampshire. In Chapter 1 is Introduction. In Part A, Background of the Research. In conducting this research, the researchers focus on types of Deixis found in Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire on January 8, 2008. Barack Obama's speech in New Hampshire is a campaign speech for the presidential election in the United States. Barack Obama was elected as the winner and became the 44th President of the United States, and Barack Obama was inaugurated as President on January 20, 2009. Deixis is a part of language, which is usually present both in daily communication and in the text or discourse. Deixis in discourse can be found in speech. Speech is an example of spoken discourse done by a person in front of the audience. It is usually performed by a leader of country, company, community, or anyone who is able to inspire his or her audience. Deixis 2012 says that the speech event is conceptualized from a different point of view, which means that expressions such as here and there and I and you refer to different entities when used by different speakers. In the Part B, Identification of the Research. Deixis is a communication plays some important matters to refer who or what the object is being told about. Refers to Avrilian, Rosalind, and Harmy in 2019. In this research, the researchers want to understanding the meaning of the certain words or phrase in an utterance require context of situation by use Deixis as the topic of the research. In this research, the researchers want to understanding the meaning of certain words or phrase in an utterance require context of situation by using Deixis as the topic of the research. In the Part C, Scope of the Research. According to Levinson, 2011, and Nababan in Kusumawardhani, 2015, divides Deixis into 5 types, such as a person Deixis, time Deixis, place Deixis, social Deixis, and discourse Deixis. So, this research focused on types of Deixis found in Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire on January 8, 2008. In the Part D, Problems of the research. Based on the background of the research, the researchers formulated the research problem as follows. The first is, what are the types of Deixis used in Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire on January 8, 2008? 2. What is the most frequent Deixis used in Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire on January 8, 2008? In the Part E, Objective of the Research. Based on the research problem, the objective of the research are to find the types of Deixis used in Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire on January 8, 2008, and 2 is to find the most frequent Deixis used in Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire on January 8, 2008. In the Part F, Significance of the Research. In this research, the researchers expect to achieve some significance of study as follows. The one is theoretically, to enrich our knowledge about Deixis, especially types of Deixis used in Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire. 2. Practically, this analysis can be advantageous to the readers, especially to the students of English department who are interested in studying about Deixis and its aspect. In the Part G, Theoretical framework of the research. In conducting this research, theory is needed to explain some concepts or terms that are presented in the study. The theory used by these studies, based on Levinson and Nababan, in 2011, Diesel 2012, Aurelian, Rosalind, and Romy 2019. In the part H, key terms of the research. The first is Deixis. Deixis is a part of language, which is usually present both in daily communication and in the text or discourse. 2. Speech. Speech is an example of spoken discourse done by a person in front of the audience. It is usually performed by a leader of country, company, community, or anyone who is able to inspire his or her audience. The third is Barack Obama. Barack Obama is an American politician and attorney who served as the 44th President of the United States from 2009 until 2017. In the chapter 2, review of related literature. In the part A, Pragmatics. Pragmatics is the study of aspect of meaning that depends on the context that is systematically abstract away from within the construction of content or logical from Papier 2006. And according to Yule, said, pragmatic is concerned with the study of meanings as you communicated by a speaker or writer and interpreted by a listener or reader. Therefore, pragmatics is a branch of linguistics that learn about the meaning of words conveyed by speakers. In pragmatic, we can learn Deixis. Deixis is one part of the study in pragmatics that studies about appointment something by language. Deixis is important to learn of language, especially for us learn English as second language because usually some people have difficulties to understand the intention of the speakers. By studying Deixis, it will make easier to communicate using context. Deixis is an important part of the language, especially more important to us when learn second language. B. Deixis. According to Yule 2006, Deixis has been classified in the literature as follows: person Deixis, spatial or place Deixis, and temporal or time Deixis. Moreover, according to Levinson in 2018, he adds two more types of Deixis: discourse Deixis and social Deixis. Totaling, there are 5 types of Deixis. According to Levinson, 2011, and Navaban in Kusumawardhani, 2015, divides Deixis in 5 types such as person Deixis, time Deixis, place Deixis, social Deixis, and discourse Deixis. First, person Deixis. Person Deixis can be expressed with using personal pronouns, namely first person, I or we, second person, you, and the third person, he, she, or they. According to Cross, in 2000, as cited Panariban Mane and Pasaribu 2015 says person Deixis involves basically the speakers known as the first person, the addresses known as the second person, and other significant participants in the speech situation, neither speaker nor hearer, knowing as third person. The examples of the person Deixis can be seen as follows. Asmat says, I am the teachers. I is the person Deixis. 2. Time Deixis. According to Levinson's 2011, time Deixis is concerned with the encoding or temporal points which is refers to where an event or a occurrence takes place. The example of the time Deixis can be seen as follows. Last night, they came to my party. Last night is time Deixis. The third is place Deixis. Levinson says that place or space Deixis is to point relative location in the speech event. The example of the place Deixis can be seen as follows. Stay here, please. Here is place Deixis. The fourth is discourse Deixis. Levinson states that discourse Deixis is concerned with the use of expression in utterance to point some portion of the discourse that contains the utterance. The example of discourse Deixis can be seen as follows. You know, I've already known that. That is discourse Deixis. The fourth and the last is social deixis. According to Levinson, social deixis is concerned with the anchoring of social distinctions that are reflected or determined by participants' roles or certain realities of the social relationship between speaker and addresses or speaker and some referent. The example of social deixis can be seen as follows. Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am is social deixis. C is speech. Speech is the means by which we communicate messages orally. However, we can communicate messages in other forms, including via written text. Speech is example of spoken discourse done by a person in front of the audience. Deixis 2012 says that the speech given is conceptualized from different point of view, which means that expressions such as here and there and I and you refer to different entities when used by different speakers. Speech aims to create a unity of the speakers and the audience deliver the information. The relevant previous research. According to Yulfi, 2017, an article with the title An Analysis of Deixis and Speech Act Used in English Teaching and Learning Process shows that the teachers of English and students use deixis in their daily activities in the classroom. However, the most frequently types of deixis used by them is person deixis. 2. Riyasti Nur Setiakawanti and Elsa Susanti, 2018, an article with the title Analysis Pragmatics Study on Deixis in the article Jakarta Sport, found that the types of deixis found in articles selected from the Jakarta Post are the first person. There are I, me, my, we, and our. In third person, there are she, her, his, him, and they. Deixis spatial, they are school, class, hospital, on the stairs, ward, here and there. And temporal deixis, there are now, then, 5 months ago, today, and yesterday. The third is according to Aas Asmarita and Acep Haryudin, 2019, an article with the title An Analysis Deixis in Ridwan Kamil's speech at the Asia-Africa Conference. The writer found that Ridwan Kamil used some types of deixis that are person deixis, time deixis, and social deixis, as many as 11 data during his speech from about 3 minutes. Based on the review of related literature and relevant previous research, the researchers focus on types of deixis found in Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire on January 8, 2008, and the researchers want to understanding the meaning of certain words or phrases in an uterine required context of situation by using deixis as the topic of the research. In the last chapter, Chapter 3, Research Methodology. The first is research design. In conducting this research, the researchers use qualitative research method in analyze the data of the research. Qualitative research is the study to describe a situation, phenomenon, problems, or event, according to Kumar 2005. The second is data and data source. The data of the research is Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire on January 8, 2008. The data source is Barack Obama's speech at New Hampshire on January 8, 2008 on YouTube and the article of the New York Times. The third is instrument of collecting data. In conducting the research, the researchers use various instruments such as notebook, book, pen, correction pen, and others. The fourth is technique of collecting data. In this research, the technique of collecting data is documentation method. According to Samsudin and Damayanti, 2011, says that documentation method used to collect data from non-human source. This source consists of documents and records. In this research, a method used to collect the data based on the text of speech taken by downloading from internet. The five is, and the last is, technique of the data analysis. Huberman consider that analysis in qualitative research is divided into 3 steps occurring together. They are data reduction or selection, data presentation or display, and data summarization or conclusion drawing. The first is data reduction or selection. According to Miles and Huberman, data reduction is the process of selection concerning abstraction and transformation of raw data appear from notes writing in the field. The second is data presentation or display. After the data is reduced, then the next step is to display data. The last is data summarization or summarization and taking action, or closing conclusion drawing. Data summarization is one of the important steps in the study. This is a way to know the result of the study. Okay, that's all about my explaining about my research proposal. Thank you for attention.